Hakeem with AutoFix Pal. Today we have a 2018 Nissan Murano. The customer is complaining about the rear door locks not working. The power rear door locks do not work. They do not unlock. They do not lock. Neither the left or the right rear door locks are working. So we're going to run through the diagnosis for that and let's get started. So the first thing you want to do when you have one or more actuators that's not working at all, when a car is pretty much new and has very low miles, is pull up a wiring diagram and find out what component or connector that these two non-functioning actuators have in common. If the only component you see that they have in common is a module, then you might want to start with checking the output signal to the actuators from the module. So judging by the looks of the diagram for this 2018 Murano, we have the BCM as the common component for the rear door lock actuators. Pin 132 is brown, pin 133 is a yellow wire, and they supply the power and ground for both the left and right rear door lock actuators. So that's where we're going to start. So before we go poking around in the car, let's take a look at the part of the diagram that shows the lock and unlock switches. There is potential for the problem to be in that section of the circuit. I am doubtful because the front door locks do work as they should using the switch. That much we do know. However, it only takes a few seconds to check out the diagram and possibly rule it out before even touching the car. Now, based on what we see in the diagram with the power lock switches, one thing becomes pretty clear, and that's the fact that there's only one input for the door lock switches to the body control module. The input is more likely going to be a communication line like a LIN bus, local interconnect network, versus a simple on-off type switch. But none of that really matters to us right now because the front door locks are working properly, so we can pretty much rule that out as being a possible problem as an input. You can pretty much rule out the problem being an input to the BCM from the power door lock switches because the front door locks do work properly. Alright, so we need to remove this piece to get to the body control module, and I figured out how to take it out, and I'm going to do it now because I figured out how to take it out off the camera so that I wouldn't look like an asshole on the camera tearing the car up. Alright, so let's take it out. This is how you take it out. That's it. You yank it. Oh, you seen that? I hit the stalk a little bit, but it's okay. Flat on flat. Let's get some light. Ooh, that's too much light. That should be good, right? Yeah. Okay. That's how you take that out. And we got this little skirt thingy right here. That should just pop up. Let's get that out of there. Yeah, it just pops up. See? See the clip? And then you just get that out of the way. And we're gonna take the cluster out. Let's see if I can get you guys in a different position now. The cluster removal position. Alright, so we're going to take this cluster out. It looks like there is only 3 screws. Yeah, that looks better. That looks good. That's better. Our BCM is back there. In the back there. Let's see if you can see it. Can you see it? That's it. So we're going to take that out and bring it forward so we can do our test. Let's get that turned on. Oh, look at that. You guys can see it. Let's move you down some so you can see it a little better. And you can see exactly what's going on. That should work, right? Okay. So the yellow trace is where we are. I currently have it set to amperage. Let's change that from amperage to the voltage. And we'll go. So we are on our yellow and brown wire. Reverse polarity door lock switch. This is what we got. We got nothing. Look at that. 12 volts would be somewhere up there. Get a trigger back. See right there? That's 12 volts. That line would be 12 volts. Let's put a cursor up there. $12 volts right there where that cursor is. We're not hitting 12 volts. No bueno. This is a reverse polarity door lock thingy. So when I hit it, it should go up and down, one way or the other. But it's not doing that. See? We got nothing. No bueno. Oh, let's put it on 500. All right, now let me show you what it looks like on a good one. That was the back door lock that we were testing right at the BCM. Now let's test the front door lock, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see the difference that it is actually working. That's the front. See that? It works. That's the lock. Hitting lock. It works. All right, so we're back. 2018 Murano. Let's get our scope set up. We don't want current. We want voltage. We don't want 100x. We want 1x. Okay, 500 milliseconds. We have our new BCM installed in the vehicle. It needs to be reprogrammed and everything. We're gonna have a bunch of CAN codes and everything. But let's just see if the door locks work now. I got everything hooked up. I got my scope attached to the BCM, the yellow and brown wire. And there we go. It's working now. Up and down, 500 millivolts. Let's yeah. There we go. That's unlock, and that's lock. Unlock, lock, unlock, lock. It's working. We're good to go. All of our door locks are working, front and rear. So if you guys want, you can watch me do the configuration process. Let me get this scope unhooked. You can watch me do the configuration process for this new BCM control module. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we have a 2018 Murano. I went into programming configuration. And obviously it's not going to be able to do the automatic configuration because the BCM controls the starting of the car, controls the security system. It controls a lot of stuff. Does a communication with the ECM and tells it, I don't know. It does a lot of stuff, all right? So we may have to do the CAN gateway as well. How much battery we got left? 12.6. All right, so we should be good. We may not need the battery charger. All right, consult has saved data related / reprogramming and configuration in case you want to write the saved data from the consult to vehicle ECU, touch and select data and save data list, left side, and confirm the details, right side. If the detail is okay, touch the confirm. In case you want to do other operations, touch other operations. Seems pretty straightforward. This is our vehicle. That is our VIN number. 326 is the last 3 digits. BCM, because we did save data configuration before replacing it, so it's a little less work for us to do if we do it this way. Instead of having to do manual configuration, we save the before configuration. Just make sure everything matches. That looks correct. Telematics without, no telematics. CAN error detect. ABD. Oh, I forgot what the hell ABD stands for. Dongle without. Seatbelt warning, mode 1. Next. That's everything we got. Intelligent key, yes. Transmission automatic, ABS, mode 1, auto crank time. Lock, unlock alarm, yes. We got all of that stuff. That's good. Now let's transfer the data. And if we're lucky, we'll be successful. If we're unlucky, the console will freeze up on us. Alright. Completed. Right configuration for main ECU has been successfully completed. Touch next to confirm sub ECU setting values. Next is going to, yeah, that's what we got. And alright, so now we got to reprogram the keys. So let's go into Immobilizer. Let me get this stuff cleared away. I already read that. We don't need to read that. So let's go to next. 18 Murano. We'll do manual selection. Wait for the consultant to catch his breath because it's slow. Alright, so the consult has caught up. We're going to press select. That's our vehicle, 18 Murano, VIN number matches. We're going to turn our hazard lights on because we need our hazard lights on to do key reprogramming. If you're replacing a BCM, body control module on a Nissan, you need to have all of the customer's keys, and you need to have a module, computer that's capable of reprogramming keys, because the BCM stores the information for the keys. I don't know if there's a way around it in the aftermarket, but with Nissan's system, the Consult 3, you need to have all of the customer's keys because you can only reprogram the keys at one shot. You reprogram one, the other key doesn't work. You have to reprogram them both at the same time or all four at the same time. However many keys you have to reprogram them all at the same time. So, let's do replace BCM new part. I don't know if that is the same thing as what we just did, configuration, but let's do it because I think it does the keys as well. And we'll hit continue. So we'll follow the instructions. Ignition switch, power off. We are off. Hazard switch on. The hazard switch is on. Battery voltage is 12.5 or more. We're at 12.3. We should still be able to do it. Steering not in a fully locked position. The steering is not locked. So we're going to hit next. Follow that, hit next. Communicating with ECU. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Okay, I gotta put the key thingy next to it. Touch next. There we go. Now we're gonna do this section here where you guys don't need to see. Load our pen, then hit next. Alright, so we are on the key programming menu option. Without pressing the brake pedal, press the ignition switch for 2 seconds or more until the power switch turns on. You heard my wipers come on because I was putting the cluster back in, and I bumped the wiper stalk down, and the key is on, in the on position. You can probably see a little bit of light from the navigation. You can see me moving my hand up and down in the shadow to block it. The nav screen is pretty bright. Alright, so turn the ignition switch off. We're going to press the button. See that? Now let's look at the button here for the ignition switch. So you can see me do the thing for this thing. Alright, so I turned the ignition switch off. We're going to tap the button once. Put our key up to it while it's flashing. Hold it there. That key is done. See, look at the console. See, it says done. Now we're going to hit add to add another one. And we're going to do the same thing, rinse and repeat. Hold still. Don't fall down again. Okay. Turn it off. Tap the button. Put our shiny blue covered key up to the button. And now we have 2 registered keys. So we will hit next. And we'll do this again one more time. But with any one of the keys. I think it's just a confirmation process. You don't need to see me do that. Alright. Now that is done. Turn the ignition switch off. Wait 5 seconds or more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Security lights blinking. We're good to go. Switch is in off position. Next. Start the engine. Will it start? Yay, she starts. I think we only have to do the tire pressure monitoring system next. Alright, so let's hit end because that's done. Now let's go to... Do I have to configure the tire pressure monitoring system? Let's see what's in there. I think I have to configure it before it even allows me to... I can do automatic selection now. Before it even allows me to reprogram the sensor numbers and the sensor IDs, I have to configure it. Alright, confirm. That's our VIN number, yes, we're good. Air pressure monitor. After, because we didn't save anything, we'll do manual. I may have to go get, yep, I gotta get a part number from the parts department. I should have done that before, and I probably wouldn't have to go fetch a part number. Alright, so I'll be back. I'm gonna go fetch a part number from the parts department, and then we'll continue. I got my part number / type ID. They call it a type ID. They even call it a type ID in the parts catalog at the parts department. So let's hit next. Hit OK. And after that, I should be able to reset my TPMS sensors. We'll reprogram the IDs to the vehicle. So we'll hit end because that was completed. It says successfully completed right there at the top. And we will go into, let's go to all systems and see what kind of DTCs we have in there. Hopefully we don't have to do the 3-channel CAN gateway. I think that's just exclusive to the Rogues. I don't think the Muranos, you have to do the configuration on that module. And it's crazy because the tire pressure monitoring system is built into the BCM, so I don't know why I have to do like the type ID. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, now we get into the meat and potatoes. Alright, so ID Discord Immobilizer, IMMU ECM, that's Immobilizer. We can probably delete that. It says 1 trip, so we can delete that. Everything else is passcodes. We have a current config setting for air pressure monitor. Current. Let's see if we can config setting. Alright, so let's go to work support, and yeah, we have ID register. If you go to work support and that's not there, that means you have to reconfigure the air pressure monitor module like you saw me do a few minutes ago. Before that will pop up on the work support. You won't even have the work support tab. At least I think that's how it works on the Muranos. On the Rogues, that's how it is. I do a lot of BCMs on the Rogues. The Muranos, not so much. But on the Rogues, if you don't have the tire pressure monitor, the air pressure monitor module with the type ID set up, configured, then you won't have a work support tab and it won't let you register the ID. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Maybe I can use the tool that I have in my toolbox. I may have to go get the signal tech. Yep, okay, we don't have anything. Alright, so let me go around the car and do that. And you can watch it turn green. Alright, so we're going to use the fancy smashy Nissan. I'm just going to move the tool into the frame. Nissan tool. TPMS check. That's what we want. The battery's a little low. Hopefully it doesn't die before I get the chance to finish. TPMS check. We're working on a Murano. So let's select Murano. 15 to 17 and a half. All right, so now we're going to go around the car and activate each one of these sensors. If that doesn't turn green, if each one of those boxes don't turn green, I'm going to go ahead and just plug this port into our OBD port from the signal tech and program it that way, because the signal tech always works. This doesn't always work by activating the sensors and doing it this way. So hopefully this will work. Yep. All right, so it didn't work. So after watching the video, I realized that this part wasn't very clear. What didn't work? The screen that you see on the console is the TPMS registration screen. This mode puts the BCM/TPMS module into a learn mode, so that when you go around the vehicle starting with the left front wheel and activate each TPMS sensor with an activation tool, which in this case would be the signal tech, the BCM/TPMS module picks up the sensor IDs that the TPMS sensor just transmitted when you activated it with the activation tool. The sensor ID is then stored in the TPMS module along with the sensor location, be it left front, right rear, or left rear. You will go around the vehicle and activate each TPMS sensor in the order that I just mentioned. In an ideal situation, the BCM/TPMS module would have picked up on the new sensor IDs, and each of these red lines would turn green, identifying that the IDs are registered. However, the console doesn't always work as intended, and you guys thought it was just the Autels and the Snap-on scanners that had these issues. Nope, the factory scanners suck sometimes too. You got it. Alright, so that didn't work. It didn't register, so we're going to end that. Come on, end. Oh, I didn't want to start again. End. And we're going to go home. Hopefully this doesn't freeze on us. And we're going to unplug the consult and then just use the signal tech to set our IDs into the system. Alright, so I'm going to plug this into the OBD. Consult doesn't even know what's unplugged yet. That thing is so incredibly slow and annoying. It says connect OBD. I am connected. Let me unplug it and plug it back in. It should say just OBD once it recognizes that it's plugged in. Alright, I got it to work. Unplugged it, plugged it back in like 3 or 4 different times, and then for some reason it decides that it wants to read it. But I did turn the key off, turn the Mac on. Maybe that helped, but it didn't work right away. Afterwards, I still had to unplug it and plug it back in 3 or 4 times. Anyway, let's go through the process, jump through the hurdles, and get this light from flashing in our face. In the meantime, while you're watching that enjoyable scene right there on the signal tech, we'll get the consult ready to go again to read our DTCs afterwards to see if we have any DTCs. See, it says new ID. All 4 IDs says new because we have a new BCM. Let me see if I can hold that there in focus. Hit OK. Writing IDs. Our tire light's already out on the dashboard. 0 previous reports. File saved. Blah, blah, blah. IDs programmed and DTCs cleared successfully. File saved. I guess that's the saved location inside this signal tech. Report for ID for records. Press OK to go to main menu. Alright, so we're done here with that. Let's hook the consult back up. And let's see what kind of DTCs we have. And see what kind of DTCs we can clear. Hopefully nothing comes back. Hopefully the consult isn't frozen and requires a reboot. I know I keep saying that, but that's the reality of this thing. I'm gonna stop complaining about it. You guys probably don't want to hear me complain about the consult all day long. Oh wait, we get to wait some more. Nice. Now we're communicating to the ECU. Please wait some more. Alright, let's see what we got. We got pass. We got 1 trip for the immobilizer. That means we can erase it. That means it's been 1 trip since that DTC was set without being set again, which means one key cycle. Key's been turned off for X amount of time and then turned back on, which turns into one trip. Then if it's 2 trips, it'll be a 2 there, 3 there, 4 there, depending on how many key cycles, blah, 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 blah. All right, so let's erase everything. We are good to go. We got no DTCs. None. 0. Zip, zilch. Nada. And they're not coming back. This is live. If a DTC was about to happen, it would pop up. Kind of live. It's as live as this slow thing can get. So, we're good to go. Alright. Hakeem with AutoFix Pal. Thanks for watching. Peace. Subscribe, like, and comment. Oh, and share too, man. Don't forget to share. Share my videos. Need some subs. Alright? Peace.
It's blue.